Well, this is my setup to try and get some pictures of the moon. I got some telescope from my brother. Thank you, Jeff. And gonna just play around with it. So here we are trying to record the moon. Try to get it more centered. So it's got some branches in front of it, but that's okay. That provides some motion. Lifting out again. I was able to get the telescope to smooth automatically. That means to follow it automatically. Let's see what we can do with this focus. That's worse. That's actually pretty good. Let's see if I can. There we go. I aligned the telescope on Sirius and Procyon, and apparently, well, the alignment is allowing the telescope to more or less keep the moon from drifting out of the frame as the Earth turns. But there is definitely some imperfection in that, and maybe that's something I can get better at, because I'm having to use the motors to make small adjustments to keep the moon near the center. Started out where the moon wasn't very well focused. And I've been playing around with the focus to try and get it in. And initially the video was running with the the ISO at 800, and I don't know what the aperture was in the beginning, but then you get better resolution if you use a lower ISO. So I reduced the ISO to about 125. I think I had it set at both 100 and 125, mostly 125, and using a frame speed, each a duration of exposure per frame of a 60th of a second. I'm able to get what looks like pretty good resolution. Let's see if we can change the exposure while recording. Yes. Starting to look pretty good here. See if we can change the ASA.
the ASA to lower. It's a very low ASA. Now, let's see if we can find a happy medium here. Good night, moon.
Every time I try and make an adjustment to the camera, the system just kind of jiggles around. And there may be ways I can do this remotely, but I haven't figured that out yet. I am able to take still pictures remotely, just to activate the shutter.
It looks like the automatic tracking on the telescope is working pretty good, meaning that the moon isn't leaving the frame.
That subtle chugga-chugga sound is the motors keeping that are tracking the moon and keeping it more or less in the picture frame.
Not very fast. Leaving.
For some reason, when I make these adjustments using the motor on the telescope by hand, in addition to the automatic tracking, there's some hysteresis where I'll move it and then it'll kind of move back from the direction where I moved it from.
Okay, I think I've got enough video of the moon. Now I'm going to try for some still pictures.
For the still, which is about to come up, I had the ASA set to 125 and the shutter speed set to 60th of a second, and activated the shutter with the remote.
Let's see.
And then I edited the still. I increased the exposure on it, and I also increased the color saturation to show more of that kind of dusty gold color that the moon has when you get up close to it. There's Tycho, that bright crater in the lower right. You can see the rays emanating from Tycho far, far. They're spread across the face of the moon. Here I rotate the moon a little bit clockwise to show it in its equatorial orientation. Here a map of the moon is shown for comparison so that we can see the names of some of the features on the moon, including the Sea of Tranquility
on the upper right, where people first walked on the moon.